welcome to another Happy Pod, the only podcast in the world. It's number one. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Lawrence, who is a dickhead, and he's going to tell us all what this show is about.
This is the show where we get together every week to discuss something in the realm of pop culture. It can be a movie, it could even be a telly show, it could be a video game. It's not, but the main thing is that we do so without any of the toxic discourse that is oh so prevalent these days. Nathan James Bauer.
That's my name, kind of.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
It's weird for me today, because I can normally hear myself played back, because I'm wearing different headphones.
I don't think anyone cares about this story.
But I just wanted to share my truth.
But I know where it's going, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think anyone cares about the ongoing saga of your headphones not working properly. Just if I'm being brutally honest with you, okay?
All right.
As anecdotes, fun little tidbits go, I'm not sure that's the one to kick off with, if I'm being honest.
So thanks for keeping me honest, I guess. It's like the most brutal peer review I've ever been a part of.
I mean, we can do it if you want. We can talk about it. I just don't think there's much traction there, if I'm being honest.
Are you interested?
I don't think there's... no. No, I'm not. Because I know it. I know everything there is to know. I know the entire story start to finish, Lawrence. And let me tell you, it's pretty uninteresting.
Well, you don't know how it finishes. It's an ongoing saga, so you don't know how it...
I know how it finished. Well, yeah, because in a sense it hasn't finished yet. So you also don't know how it finishes.
And isn't that what makes storytelling so beautiful, Nathan?
I think you also need to have a story worth telling, Lawrence.
All right, fine.
Not my headphones are not working, so I'm wearing AirPods, which is about the gist of the whole thing, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay.
I was going to add some colour. I was going to embellish a little.
Okay. Well, tough. No, you can. Feel free.
No, there's nothing to it. You're right. No one cares. What were you saying? You're drinking a beer?
I'm drinking a beer. I'm drinking a strawberry and pineapple. It's not a beer. It's a cider, I should say.
Ooh.
It's a strawberry and pineapple Copperberg.
Nice.
I bought a 10-pack of Copperbergs, okay?
Yeah.
With which have 5 different flavors, 2 of each, okay? So I'm sampling the 5 now because, well, first of all, I'm severely depressed, so why not? And second of all, because I know, gotta do something, so I'm drinking.
Fucking hell. You said no one wanted to hear my story.
I think that, well, I don't know.
We've went from boring to bleak. Is how we're doing today.
That's how we do it on this podcast, let me tell you.
Oh,
Boring to bleak, doesn't that sum up the X-Men franchise?
yeah, I suppose it probably does, to be fair.
Yeah.
With some good positive sprinklings in between.
We'll see.
Okay. Welcome back to X-Mania. We are... How many?
I love X-Mania. This is X-Mania number 6. We're almost halfway through.
Fucking almost half.
Almost halfway. Yeah, not quite.
Oh my
Not
God.
Yeah.
You know what? When you're months and months away, 14 weeks doesn't sound like a lot. But when you're doing them, and you're on week 6 of 14, you really start to feel it.
We're on month 2.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
It's we got another 2 months to go, essentially.
Oh my Lord, that's too many months.
Yeah. It's a lot of months.
I haven't checked the listeners yet in a while, actually.
Never have I.
Should we? Should we just leave it to the last?
To be honest, that's the way I see it. That's none of my business.
Okay, fair.
That's like, I don't need to know that.
You put in an extraordinary amount of work for something that's not your business.
It's like the details of like my student finance repayment. Like, I don't need to know that. That's none of my business.
Don't show me.
Don't let me see it. No, I don't want to know. What's going on?
It's the Wolverine, Nathan.
The Wolverine.
I'm going to be
less
real
of
with
that
you.
in this time.
No, there's animal stuff in this.
Yeah, not wolves though.
No, not wolves. They're more.
That's what I'm saying. Less of that.
Oh, okay. So they're developing as they go along. This is his character arc, just less Wolverine.
The Bearverine.
Yeah, he's amongst his peers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just saying, you're gonna keep it real.
Yeah, I am gonna keep it. Well, that's just a point in itself. I always keep it real.
if you tell me right now that you haven't watched the movie,
No,
I am going to be angry. Okay.
I'll tell you what, then you have to match that energy and swap it for what I'm actually going to tell you, which is I've watched this movie 3 times.
This week
No.
doesn't count then.
In the last month. It should count.
Doesn't count.
It should count. No. Month and a half.
Doesn't count.
You considered it like it counted more for a second. Nathan, I'll be honest with you, right? I watched this for the first time in a long time, about a month and a half ago, and I had a really, really good time. And then I did a video on it, and I thought, great, I'm happy with my The Wolverine content, right? Good stuff. Then I watched the video again, watched the movie again, because I had another video to do, and this video is significantly longer and one that I'm still working on, and I thought, also fine, I like The Wolverine. I could have done without spending this much time on The Wolverine. And then, third and finally, I watched The Wolverine today again, and I'm finding it really hard to enjoy The Wolverine, even though I think it's a really good movie.
You need to quit your job or do something, okay? Because if it's getting in the way of peak podcasting,
Sorry.
then we can't be having this, all right?
Sorry.
I'm not letting your silly little job colour your opinions.
All my notes are positive. I've made good thoughts. It's just that watching it 3 times in a month and a bit is too many times.
Here's a question for you. Which version of this movie did you watch?
The rude one. The one where he says, fuck off, pretty boy, and then mows people or something in a wood chipper or whatever.
Okay. The rude, uncut version.
It's the one on Disney Plus.
Is it? I didn't watch it on Disney Plus.
Where are you watching it?
I assumed the one on Disney Plus would not be the rude version. So I have owned this movie on Apple for about 10 years now.
Oh, you bought a collection, did you?
No, I bought this movie about 10 years ago.
Oh, you just wanted this one.
And I still have it.
Fair enough.
And also for everyone who says, like, buying on digital is good, they'll just sell it and then you won't own it anymore. It's not true.
I have never experienced
I've
this.
never experienced that ever. Do you know what I have experienced? Losing a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
Snapping a Blu-ray disc. Multiple times, you know? And you know what I've then had to do? Go out and buy that movie again. So you're all crying, you know. Digital media just forces you to buy it twice. I'd say it's the opposite, really. I've had to buy it once 10 years ago.
Here's the catch they don't want to tell you as well. It's significantly cheaper to not buy it on physical.
Yeah, in that you can pirate it for free. So, yeah.
I'm getting excited to sail the 7 seas just this very evening and watch a movie.
What movie?
I can't tell you because they'll get me. Will they get me if I say the movie?
No, man.
It's the Trap movie about the murderer at the Taylor Swift concert or something.
Oh, I don't care about that. I've already listened to a full spoiler review on it.
Why? Why do you do this?
Because I care. I have no interest in seeing that movie, so I'll happily... If it's something I just don't care about, or not even, sometimes it is, and I'll just be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here, I might as well. And then I'll just listen to it, you know? If it's like something I really care about, then I won't, okay? Like, for example, like, if it's a Star Wars, then absolutely not. Never in a million fucking years, okay? If it's like like Deadpool and Wolverine, I didn't particularly care massively about that, but I tried to avoid stuff as much as I could.
You were like, I'm going to actually go and see this, so I'll avoid it.
Yeah. If it's something I'll go out of my way to see, then I'll like try to. But if it's something that I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really fussed.
Well, a lot of the time, to be fair, you'd probably forget spoilers by the time if you did see it on a home release anyway. Like,
and that is often the case. And I can forget the details of those spoilers within minutes of listening to that podcast. Okay?
I'm going to start to do a thing where at the end of the episode, we always do recommendations. I'm going to start to just keep recommending the same thing and just see if you remember, like see if you ever catch on. For
all I know, you could have been. So.
Oh, well. You have to go back and listen to them.
If I'm being honest, I don't listen to your recommendations most of the time.
Great. Amazing news. You're going to feel bad now because I've actually listened to one of your recommendations this week and I wanted to talk about it.
Did you? Did you watch Joel Kinnaman on the Moon?
No, it wasn't that one.
Well, that's the only one I care about.
Okay.
Right. Where are we? I'll tell you, Lawrence. Right. We're a number of years post X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows how many?
Who knows how many? We're living in the woods. Mm. We've got long hair. We've got a beard. We're the Wolverine, by the way. And we're just being a big feral monster.
We're both the Wolverine?
We're both the Wolverine, yeah.
What do you make of this opening? Well, no, it doesn't even open there. It opens with the nuclear bomb.
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry, I tell a lie. Lawrence, we're in 1945, yes. Okay? It's Nagasaki, Japan. Okay,
We're still both the Wolverine.
we're both the Wolverine. We're in a little bunker.
Yeah.
Okay. We know somehow exactly what a nuclear bomb is. All right. Don't we know the name of the bomb specifically? We know exactly what it does, despite the fact that the nuclear bomb has just been invented by your best friend, Robert Oppenheimer. Okay.
Hang on, am I still Wolverine in this analogy?
No, now you're you. Okay, just so I can say that he's your best friend.
Okay, good, yeah.
Okay.
Just two men that were definitely alive at the same time. Good stuff.
Yes. And also he's taken a break from fighting in the war because of what we saw in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
I guess went on holiday to Japan and then just fucked up and got imprisoned or something.
Somehow.
So,
he's insulted the locals.
He's insulted the locals, which could happen. He is the Wolverine.
Probably just walking around naked or something getting shot. Tends to be what his jam is.
Is it?
He's been naked a few times. He's always running out of buildings angry and naked.
I don't think he's ever doing that by choice, really. I think he's like, it's in very specific scenarios, usually the one scenario where he has been forced to run out of a building naked. Okay?
I'm not saying he's doing it by choice. I'm saying, I don't know, something's happened in Japan and he's escaping.
Okay. Well.
I like this opening. I think it is.
I like this opening too. It's good.
Yeah. I do find it funny that the movie, like, so many people say that there's something that happens at the end of this movie that ruins the grounded nature of the movie. And I'm like, the movie opens with two men surviving a nuclear bomb. And one of them I buy. The other one, no. Not a chance in hell.
I don't know how nuclear bombs work. All right. I'll buy that you can survive it by having just a big sheet of metal over you. Why not?
It's not even covering all of him.
It was covering most of him. And then he did have a scar.
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose he got out okay then, didn't he? He came out on top of that one.
And he also had like a fucking 200-pound man made of metal. Oh, sorry. Well, no, he wasn't made of metal at that point. He had a big 200-pound man on top of him as well.
That's true. He
did
did
take the brunt of the explosion. So...
Yeah, but isn't the thing about a nuclear bomb is that there's enough to go around? It's not like a one-man, we're done here.
Yeah, but it was also funneled through a little bunker as well, so it wasn't the full force of the explosion.
Oh, that is a fair point, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a minor amount of explosion. And it's a movie and it's not real. So
I mean, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we have to remember. What do you think of his bald, crispy head?
Oh, that lasts for 2 seconds and then he grows back a full beard and head of hair immediately. But not the mustache, so he knows exactly how he shaves his... Somehow his body knows how he usually shaves it and is like, I'll grow it back into this style for him.
What's his understanding? It's nice. It's like there's going to be some benefit to getting hit with a nuclear bomb.
Sure, yeah. I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, no. I don't mind.
I think it's a good look, good makeup look. But yeah, go on. What were you saying? Wolverine is a reclusive man. He's in the woods.
Well, no, I like the opening. I like the opening in Japan. I think it's cool. I like the. It looks good. First of all,
it does.
Actually, I like the Japanese soldiers committing ritualistic suicide. It's very intense. Looks awful, really.
Yeah, I'll be honest. They're like, I'm seeing them do it, and I'm like, am I a coward? I think I might be a coward. I wouldn't do that. That's awful.
I don't think you're a coward for not wanting to kill
yourself. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but like even if honor compelled me to, like, I don't know if I could bring myself to do that. I think
Yoshida couldn't. I mean, he's not really the benchmark for an honorable man in this movie. But like,
no, probably not.
Yeah,
I do like that it does immediately set up his stakes as just like a man that's terrified of dying, and that's the big bad for the piece.
Yeah,
but yeah, pretty cool. Bears nodding at Wolverine. Are you on number 2?
Yep.
You're going to run out before we even finish.
To be fair, they're stubbies. They're little stubby boys.
Oh, I could go through them so quickly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're 330ml stubby boys.
You ever grabbed a can of Coke from the fridge and like gone, I could use a refreshing drink, and then necked it before you've left the fridge?
Yeah, gone within seconds.
Yeah. I think they should be bigger.
I agree.
But that's just my personal beef.
Yeah. That's what you have the bottles for, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's something nice about cracking a cold can, isn't there? Like, I don't like putting a bottle in the fridge, because if it goes in the door, it's not as cold as the rest of the fridge. And then if it lays down, I always think it's going to drip.
Why would it drip?
I don't know. I know it wouldn't.
They're sealed bottles.
I know this.
Well, clearly you don't. But
it always just results in the same way. It always, I I think it's going to drip, so I tighten it ridiculously tight, and then I put it away. And if my wife wants it, she's like, why do you always do this? I'm like, because it's going to drip. She's like, it's not going to drip.
All right, yes. So he's living in the hills. I like the stuff with the bear. You know, I like that he's walking along. He sees like the bear's marked his territory, so he's like, fuck you, this is my territory. And he puts it in himself. But I like that they have an understanding, you know? The bear's like, he's not going for him. Logan's not going for the bear. They're just two boys.
They're two boys, yeah. I like that. I like that it's like... Because they've always said that. I mean, you even said the Wolverine, right? They've always been like, this man's more animal than man. But he's still got all the trappings of a regular man. But, like, this is the first time we've seen him, like, long, shaggy hair, big beard. Like, he's actually just sharing an environment with...
He's gone feral.
Yeah. I think that's really cool.
It's cool, isn't it? Well, no, seeing a man so broken by loss and grief that he's gone absolutely feral and has abandoned society altogether and gone to live in the woods.
No, he doesn't abandon it. He comes down to go to the little shop.
Yeah, to get his batteries for his radio, which is the one comfort he allows himself before he goes back up to the mountains to live with a bear.
I didn't tell him he had to do it. Or I'm just saying it's cool imagery. It's cool Wolverine.
I think I should be allowed to give a bear a hug, okay?
Is that what you want to do to this bear?
Well, yes, but I can't, okay?
Okay.
Because it will kill me, all right? Okay? It is... Honestly, the cruelest trick that God ever played was making bears look like that, because I just want to give them a hug, okay?
Well, you've got long hair. I reckon if you grew your beard out a bit, got yourself a little radio, moved yourself to the woods.
I don't think it's the look of Wolverine that the bear is saying, I'll stay away from him. I think it's the fact that he has adamantium claws and cannot die, Lawrence, okay? I reckon they've got into a scrap before, all right?
Oh, okay, right.
I reckon there's an understanding between them.
And that's why he's so pissed off, because Wolverine held back on the killing blow on this bear and they became homies.
Do you know the old rhyme about bears?
Do tell.
So the way it goes, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, it's on sight, which means you're done, basically.
Right, okay.
So which basically means if it's a black bear, you could probably survive that. Fight it back, they're cowards, they'll run away, okay? Like, they're strong, don't get me wrong, but they don't usually get into fights that much, so you could probably just be like, ah, and it'll run away, okay?
Oh, okay, so you could come out swinging and they'd...
Yeah, exactly. If it's brown, you're pretty much fucked, okay? Do not engage, okay? Play dead and hope for fuck's sake that it leaves you alone, okay? If it's white, you're dead. You're already dead. Okay?
Right.
Which is why no one lives in the Antarctic.
I'll be honest, I don't think that's going to come into play much in my life, but I appreciate the knowledge.
Just a bit of friendly advice for you.
All right, I will say, I like the fact that normally, right, in today's day and age, with like superhero stuff specifically, if something didn't work or like an idea didn't quite capture the audience the way that people making it thought they would, they tend to just immediately leave it alone afterwards. Like, they tend to just kind of put it on ice, we'll refocus, we'll restructure, maybe the next movie we'll get in a new director, new vision, whatever, right? Whereas I like with this one, the ending of The Last Stand was like unanimously, like everyone was like, yeah, that sucked. That was a bad movie. And like, they made no kind of arrangement to deviate from it. They still went, no, but we're going to do something with it. We're going to try and legitimize it in the way that it really did break Wolverine. He's not just moved on and now he's living somewhere else doing something different. He's fully abandoned society. He's reclused himself up to the woods. Like, I like the ambitious nature that they would go. Even though the last movie sucked, we're still going to take its ending seriously because it mattered to the character.
Yes, I guess. Yeah. I do do I? I don't know. I struggle with the Jean stuff in this movie because it's a bit of... Because I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Okay? I like the idea of Logan being haunted by his past, being haunted by the fact that he killed Jean and having these nightmares and seeing, you know, her blood stains and his claws still in her and all this kind of stuff. That's all very good stuff. It does get a bit POV, I'm your dead wife, you know?
Yeah.
It does get a bit... look at me, I'm wearing like white lingerie and we're in bed together.
Yeah.
And it's also like, again, we've said this for our X-Mania, but also you knew her for a week, man. All right? Like,
yeah, please.
come on. Stop this. Well, this time, okay, it's less intense this time because at least it's all in his head, so it's unrequited by Jean, mostly because she's dead. Okay,
Yeah.
but but like it's just his own weird parasocial imagination this time, so that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. I think a lot of the handling of the female characters in this movie gets a little bit like there's some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like the.
I think Yuriko is very cool.
Yuriko's
Yuriko
cool. I don't
quite
like
a lot,
Mariko.
and I like Mariko. You don't like Mariko?
It's not that I don't like her. I just think she's so. The movie has no idea what to do with Mariko.
I disagree with that.
Okay, I'm interested. Well, we'll get into it, but yeah, I think that it's like you say, the idea of it is good, but it is very My Dead Wife. It's very we're one shot shy of like her running on the beach with the wind blowing through her hair. It's all a little bit like. Is this
baffles me that there was no shots of them under the sheets together while she laughs and the camera, like pulls in on her face.
And they're under the sheets, but there's still an enormous amount of lens flare in it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know everyone in like a fairy bio ad where everyone's just unnaturally white?
No.
Oh, okay, well, good. I feel like you do, and you're just throwing me under.
Lawrence, I'm enjoying a nice raspberry Copperberg.
Are you still on number 2?
Yeah, but it's getting low.
So rookie numbers. You should be on 3 by now already. We're 20 minutes in.
Come on, though.
Sorry, I will never shame you again. Yeah, I do like that he's taken himself off for his oath, though. He's done hurting people, unless they kill a bear, in which case he's going to kill 5 people.
I support that.
It's justified. Yeah, they were dickhead. They weren't even just hunters. They were dickhead hunters.
They were dickheads. They were causing a scene at the shop. You can't cause a scene at the shop. That's where people shop. All right?
That's where Wolverine shops once every 4 years.
Yeah, that's where he shops for his little batteries, all right? He's just trying to shop for his batteries in peace. No, they were dickheads. And I like the way he goes to the bar and he's like... And he just... First of all, the way he just slams down the arrow in that guy's fucking hand is very cool. But then he's like... Ask me how I know this is fucking whatever. And then he asks him, he goes, well, funny you should ask.
Yeah,
it's very
good.
cool.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. And when he pours the whiskey into the wound, ooh, I felt that. I tell you what, there's a couple of times in this movie where I am like, I'm like cringing and looking away and stuff because it's just, you know?
It's the first Wolverine movie, or at least movie featuring Wolverine, that feels pain, really. Like, because so often they just brush it off because he's a bullet sponge and he can just run through anyone he wants. But this movie comes with the
spoilers.
Huh?
Spoilers. We'll get to them.
We're there. What do you mean?
Spoilers.
We're not still got legs in this. We're just talking about stuff.
Spoilers.
All right. So yeah, he's made himself a reclusive animal man, but Yuriko comes to see him, and is.
I like Yuriko.
Yeah.
You don't like Yuriko?
I didn't. I literally said I do like Yuriko.
Oh, okay.
Because Mariko I don't like.
Lawrence, I've had 1.5 beers. Okay.
My mistake. Yeah, no, I do like that it's just so alien to her that like she comes along and Wolverine's like, I don't want to go and see your fucking granddad or whatever, and he's like, but that would be dishonorable, and he's like, fuck, okay, I don't care. Go away.
I like that. Yeah, different cultures.
Yeah. He gets a big
you
haircut.
hate different cultures, though, famously, don't
right?
you?
No, I don't. What is this?
You do.
Like, he's had 1.5 beers and he wants a scrap.
Well, a scrap is a bit strong.
You're saying I hate cultures?
You do.
That's fighting talk.
You do. You say you hate everyone's culture apart from yours.
Oh, that's true,
which is going to the pub.
Going to the pub is my culture.
A true Brexit geezer.
Oh, that's what they say. I'm not far off a bald head as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He goes to Japan. He meets the oldest man in the world.
Yeah.
What an awful bed.
Yeah.
God, what a horrendous, awful, like futuristic bed where it's just like, what if you laid on little metal pins? Actually,
it feels like, and I guess that kind of checks in with how the movie is anyway. But it feels like something that Elon Musk would think is cool, and then
probably,
and then all of his weird little culty followers would go, "This is." They'd also start pretending it was really cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with beds. There's not much innovation that needs to happen for beds, I think.
But how will he lean up in a bed, Lawrence?
Just the normal way.
He needs to lean up, okay? What if someone walks into a room and he needs to gently lean up, okay?
How does the bed
How will
anticipate
he do that
it?
from a normal bed, okay? How does the bed anticipate it? I don't know.
Does it respond to him, or does it move him? Does it register someone's come in and go, you should probably sit up and talk to these people?
Mind control.
I don't get the bed. I don't get the science behind the bed.
I don't think you need to worry about the bed too much.
It looks bad. It's a bad looking bed.
It does look bad. Yeah, I don't like it.
No, I don't either. I'll tell you what I do like.
What?
Wolverine's fancy haircut.
Is it a fancy haircut?
No, but he's prim and proper. He looks nice and trim, doesn't he?
He kind of like gets held up at gunpoint to get the haircut, really. Two old Japanese women just like force him into a bath and a haircut, which is quite funny, to be fair.
I do like that. It's not just the cuts that they want to give him a proper scrub. They want to sort him out everywhere, and he's shielding his manhood. Claims he can do that part himself. Actually,
What an odd way to phrase it.
that's what he's doing.
I know, but
It's
an odd way. It's an odd turn of phrase.
That man is ridiculously large. That man's body is a triangle. He's got the widest shoulders you've ever seen, the skinniest waist, and all throughout it's just muscle.
He's a big guy.
He's
He's pretty. Is this the biggest he is? No, I think he's bigger in Days of Future Past. He's very big in Days of Future Past from memory.
He's definitely veinier in Days of Future Past.
I just remember him getting out of bed and seeing his little bum when he's naked and very big.
He is naked and very big. Yeah, maybe. I feel like they're probably on par. They weren't. They didn't release too far away from each
Do you remember
other.
Chris Hemsworth in Love and Thunder? That's insane.
Oh god, yeah, that's ridiculous.
What an insanely large man.
That's the point where he looks inflated. He looks like an inflatable man. Yeah, it might not be the biggest he is, but he is fucking enormous. He's the size of a house.
I mean, if it's not the biggest he is, it's pretty fucking close, okay? Like, he's a huge boy. He's a huge jacked man. Wait a minute.
You made the joke.
Whoa! Oh,
How is he in
I reckon
Deadpool
I'm
Wolverine?
the first person to have made that joke. In Deadpool Wolverine... Oh, no, he's pretty big in Deadpool Wolverine. I was going to say he's not that big, but then I remember there is one specific scene, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's pretty fucking big.
But there is a difference between big and shredded, though. Is he big and shredded? Because in Wolverine, I would say he's big and shredded.
Well, what is the difference between big and shredded? Because I don't know.
Well, like, for example, Chris Hemsworth.
As a man who is neither, okay, what is the difference between big and shredded?
I would say The Rock is big, right? Because he's a tank of a bloke with big muscles.
Is he not shredded?
No, I wouldn't say he's shredded because he had, like, I don't know, maybe. I'll tell you what, no, Dave Bautista is big, not shredded. Because he's massive in terms of muscle, but if you were to pull up his shirt, he's probably got more small belly than cut muscles.
Yes.
Whereas Hugh Jackman in this movie is not only big, but he is also shredded.
Oh, so you're saying in Deadpool and Wolverine he's more lean?
Yeah, I would.
What
From what I've seen, but I haven't seen the whole movie. There's probably some shirtless scenes I'm missing out on.
There is some shirtless scenes.
Nathan's getting flashbacks.
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there.
I haven't seen the movie.
Missing out.
I'll get there soon.
Anyway, that's enough steroid talk.
Yeah, definitely is.
Of course, you can't achieve that any other way. It's not physically possible to achieve that body any other way.
This is the first one I'd be certain he was. The rest of them, I feel like you could pull it off. Like,
nah, the only one way you could put it off would be like the first three. All right,
but those are the ones we've
not
spoken
Origins. Not Origins.
Oh, yeah. Was he that big in Origins?
He's not. He was big in Origins. Remember when he's like on the bed and he's like, "Arr."
He does do that big, yeah, and you see a bit of his bum crack.
Stop talking. You're always bringing up his bum. All right.
I'm just saying, I'm very familiar with these movies, all right? There's a lot of my job is talking about superhero stuff, right? And I'm just saying I see his bum crack more often than most.
Mixed fruit tropical.
Yeah.
Mixed fruit or strawberry and lime.
Is this strawberry and lime you're going for now?
No, I'm asking you to pick.
Oh, go strawberry and lime. Actually, no, go for one of the mixed
Too
fruits.
late.
Oh, I wanted you to split up the mixed fruits.
Number 3.
Okay.
Well, you should have said that first, shouldn't
Well,
you?
I should have done. Yeah, you're right. You're not right.
I'd already picked up strawberry and lime, so it was too late.
Okay, yeah. God forbid you put it down.
All right, so tell me why you don't like Mariko, then.
I just think...
Tell me why you're sexist.
It's not sexism at all. I feel like it's the romance plot of it. I feel like in this movie there's a lot of...
What's wrong
her
with a
character-
nice romance plot?
She's like 20 and he's 50. Like, well, firstly, Wolverine's like
Okay.
150.
First of all, he wasn't 50 at this point.
I would have said he's early 40s at late.
Yeah.
At the youngest.
I don't think she's 20.
No, not 20. Maybe mid 20s, late 20s. I understand
Okay.
that it's a 10-year difference. I get that.
And?
I'm just saying. I don't think I don't mind it so much because obviously she's probably playing a bit older. But like the thing that bothers me about it a little bit is that it's not pitched as a romance. It like when he kind of takes her away from the funeral where she starts getting attacked by the Yakuza and stuff, then he's very much like, you got to listen here, sweetheart, all right, if you want to survive. All of that. He kind of talks down quite a bit and is very like irritated by the fact she won't take her life more seriously and is very whimsical and pretending that this kind of stuff isn't happening to her. And then all of a sudden they're kissing, and I'm like, this felt so out of left field for me. It didn't feel like a romance thing at all.
Not at all. Not at all. You don't read enough trashy romance ship stuff. This is it down to a T, mate.
Really?
They even had the fucking trope of them going to a hotel and there being only fucking one bed and everything.
Yeah, and that's when I started to be like, well, I've obviously seen it a million times by this point, but like when I first watched it, I remember being like, huh? I wasn't getting that vibe. I was getting very much like protector and
idiot,
daughter vibe. Like,
daughter?
that's what I was getting.
There is... Come on. If she was like 12, maybe. She's a fully grown woman. All right?
I'm not trying to say it to infantilize her.
You are. You're stop infantilizing her. She's a grown woman.
I'm just saying,
okay?
when the movie repeatedly refers to her as someone's granddaughter, and then this 150-year-old
Because
bloke
she is,
sweeps
yes,
in. Like,
yes, because her grandfather is a fucking 150-year-old, and he also just died of old age.
I don't know. For me, it's just it felt very much like the studio when he hasn't got someone to kiss in this, and then they put in the fact that they kiss.
She's a fully grown woman. It's not like she's 16, all right?
Oh my
and he's
God.
hanging about her fucking school, waiting for her to finish
Never
class.
once inferred this.
But that's what you're making out. You're making out like she's fucking a child.
I'm just saying,
okay?
I don't think the movie was engaging in the trappings until they suddenly were, and I went, "Oh, this is a romance thing." I'm not saying it's bad or that they didn't. It's immoral for them to have done it. I'm just saying it didn't read like that, and I was surprised about that.
Okay. What about the moment where he sees her, okay, for the first time, and then he's clearly attracted to her? What about the moment where she tries to go and fucking top herself, and he stops her from doing so and holds her close to him while it's raining? These are all romantic tropes, Lawrence. Okay?
I don't think stopping someone killing themselves is a romance. That's just...
It's a romantic trope. Okay, I'm not saying it's what happens on a fucking date every day, okay? I'm saying in terms of storytelling and fiction and romance fiction, okay? It is a trope that comes up. And then there is also the trope of the protector and the one who needs protecting and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but then again, I just didn't read it as romantic. Like, because
that's on you. That's on you. Okay, that's your issue.
I'm not saying it's an issue. I'm just saying, as an observation, it's one that I had. I just think that it's...
As someone who enjoys a trashy romance, I enjoy a trashy romance read. I loved it. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I also think it's good for him to, excuse me for being crass, but finally get some and move on. Okay? I think it's needed.
I'm not going to dispute that. I think that's absolutely something he needed to have done.
100%. He needed to get his leg over, right? And he needed to fucking move on.
Fuck, 3 beers, Nathan is crass.
He did. I'm not wrong.
No, I suppose not. I don't know. For me, and also just she spends the entire movie getting kidnapped. It's a little bit like just fucking...
Yes. Yeah, but it's not like she's helpless though. She is quite capable, and I think she's actually very well skilled. She saves him at multiple points in this movie, okay? She spends the movie getting kidnapped because that's literally the plot of the movie, in that there are people trying to kidnap her because she's about to be made the heir to the Yashida fortune. That's the plot of the movie,
Yeah, fine.
It's not just like she gets kidnapped for no reason because she's small and helpless and a little girl.
Maybe it's for me. They don't even seem to like each other until they suddenly start having sex.
Okay, again, the romance tropes. You ever heard of enemies to lovers?
Yeah, but then there's normally some development that happens in the enemies to lovers part.
And was there not here?
I don't think
did they
so.
Not get? Did they not start off animosity being quite animosity? What's that word I'm looking for?
I
don't know.
know.
Whatever that word is. Did they not start off being quite whatever towards each other, and then they got to know each other? She asked him about his past and stuff. They spent the time in Japan at her family's place. They had time together. Tell you what, they had more fucking time than him and Jean did.
No, but look, I'm not saying in retrospect that's better. I'm not saying any of that. I hear what you're saying. Maybe it's just because it didn't interest me that much. I was a little bit like, okay, because I didn't see it that way, and maybe that's me. Maybe that's just the way I took it. But I didn't. I don't know. For me, it was a little bit like, oh, okay, whatever.
I tell you, if this age gap bothers you, then boy, are you not gonna like the next 3 years of Still Got Legs?
You know. You're making it out like it's all about the age gap thing. I'm just saying the way that it's a factor.
It does seem like that is your biggest issue.
No, it's a factor in the way the movie pitches it. That it led me to believe it was doing this kind of protector.
And also,
thing.
I'll be honest, not once did the fact that he's older cross my mind.
I'm not going to die on the hill of it. I'm just saying it's an aspect of the movie that I was a little bit like, I can take it or leave it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine. It's serviceable.
I think it's good. And I think the movie's all the better for it.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. And I think she's a good character. I think she's interesting. I think she is very capable. She's very cool with knives. Like I say, she saves his life twice in this movie, okay? One of them being the fucking pivotal ending to the movie, okay? Yeah. She's the reason he survives, all right?
Yeah, I do like her arc in the sense that it's... Well, like you said earlier, she literally starts by finding out that she's going to be the heir to this big company and big fortune and the most powerful woman in Japan, I think she says it is, or Tokyo at least. But the fact that she starts the movie wanting to literally kill herself and then ends the movie completely dismantling her oppressors, essentially, and killing her own granddad. She's an interesting character. I just think the pairing is just a bit strange, but... Yeah, I like that she's like she's kind of using the fact that she's a woman to kiss that archer before she just takes his knife and stabs him in the leg. What do you? All right, well we kind of breezed over it in talking about Mariko, but the funeral fights, kind of where their journey starts, because the Yakuza kind of fall in on her grandfather's funeral and essentially just go to take her straight away. I like this fight a lot. What do you make of it?
I think you mean Funeral to Streets of Tokyo to Bullet Train fight.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's all one sequence.
It's a good progressive sequence. I like that.
It's a good sequence. I like it a lot. It's very cool. I like the moment Wolverine gets shot for the first time. When he's like he isn't aware he's lost his powers yet. He's going up to that guy and then he just pulls out the fucking shotty and then just fucking fires one into his stomach and he's like, fucking hell, what's going on here? What is this? This is new.
I didn't sign up for this. This is rough.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. I think it's really well done. I think it's really well directed by James Mangold as well. The way it like really focuses in on him, and there's that like focusing and blur effect and everything all around him, and there's the ringing of the gun and everything, and you really get a sense of the fact that one, this is new for him, and two, he's in a lot of pain, which he's not necessarily used to. Okay,
and then he has to fight like 20 more guys.
Yeah, exactly. And then as well, you can tell that really he's relied on his regenerative abilities, and he's relied on he's just a fucking tank, because he'll just walk into gunfire, and he doesn't really know how to do anything else. So he does spend a lot of this movie just getting fucking shot and eating shit for a lot of it, because that's all he knows how to do.
It's the Dungeons and Dragons phrase, isn't it, that certain characters can be glass cannons, in that they are like, they'll happily run into danger, but like he's now he used to be a cannon, now he's a glass cannon. If he takes a hit, he could easily go down. And that's I like throughout the kind of, mainly when it's set in the little kind of funeral environment, there's a really nice focus on the fact that normally these fights are interesting because it's just Wolverine mowing down people. But this time it's interesting because he's mowing people down and at the same time you can see James Mangold keeps cutting back into him in like a close kind of proximity, and you can see him working out like, how do I fight now, because I'm not used to fighting like this. And it's like he's using, I noticed this when we were doing it on when I was editing The Caravan, but like there's several moments where he uses human shields, and like that in an action movie, like you see that in a John Wick thing or whatever, you'd be like, yeah, it's standard fare. But, like, it's just never something that he's ever had to do, or it never occurred to him. So it's strange to see him on that kind of... It's not even defensive, it's just, like, more cautiously kind of antagonistic, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's very well done. I really like it. I like that we also get I forgot the name of the character, but the archer dude as well. It's very cool.
Not Silver
Seeing
Samurai.
him, not the Silver Samurai. Yeah, just flip about the streets of Tokyo and shooting dudes down. That's very cool.
It's great. It's great with the. I love it. I love it. Obviously, it'll be CG and stuff anyway, but I love it when they don't cheat archer shots. Like I like it when you see him aim, and then in the same shot you see it fire, and then in the same shot you see the guy go down, and I'm like, I know that's CG, but I'm looking at it like, oh, it's cool. It's cool because I never saw it leave. I never saw it break away.
Legally, it has to be CG. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you can't shoot arrows at people.
Stephen Amell was saying when he did Arrow, it's like someone asked him about actually firing the arrows, and he was like, oh no, it's CG. It's all CG.
Yeah.
Legally, you cannot legally fire an arrow on a set because it's so fucking dangerous. Are you kidding me? Like... Yeah, no, legally it has to be CG.
You could go past those guidelines and just hit someone.
Legally, it doesn't have to be CG. I guess you can figure out other ways, but legally you cannot actually fire an arrow.
Yeah. It is fun whenever you see like some Avengers behind the scenes footage, and it's just Jeremy Renner just pulling and stringing nothing.
Yeah.
All right, so it does go through the streets with the parkour, but it also goes onto the train.
What a sequence. I love this.
It's a great sequence, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Like, it starts off in a bit of a lull. You get like a breather moment with like Logan and Mariko on the train, and just like Logan taking a second to catch his breath, assess like what the fuck is going on, and like pull out all these bullets in his body and shit, and have a moment with that. But then the moment he steps out of the bathroom and just walks into those four guys, and it's like, all right, this is just four bald-headed guys in sunglasses and trench coats. And like, all right, well, clearly I'm going to kill all of you. Okay.
But I like that I like that the film almost tricks you and being like, we're on the train, we're safe, we can have a breather.
Yeah.
And then like you say, he just opens the door again after assessing his horrible wounds that he's not healing from.
Yeah.
Then he walks out and just goes, oh, more fight. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that he does the fake out jump that just clotheslines one of the guys clean off the train.
That's so good. The when it goes out of the train and onto like the fucking roof of it and stuff, that's all so good. It's so well done.
This is the exact sequence that always makes me laugh when people go like, but the Silver Samurai is such a realistic movie, and then the Silver Samurai just makes it so unbelievable. I'm like, they fought on top of a bullet train. Like, this is not the unbelievable part of the movie.
What do you mean the Silver Samurai is a realistic movie?
No. So like, a lot of people when this movie came out, especially, were saying like, this is such a grounded and gritty Wolverine movie, and then the Silver Samurai thing at the end is so out of left field, and it makes the whole movie seem more childish, and it makes the whole thing seem less grounded and less realistic. But then, like, if you watch the movie, it's so many sequences that just are completely nonsense, but great.
I think it is grounded to a point. It's grounded in a comic book world in terms of grounded.
Yeah.
It's not fucking, ridiculous comic book stuff to a point. I do think the Silver Samurai stuff is more extreme sort of silliness, but I also think that is clearly a fucking studio exec's reaction to Iron Man and going, look, the kids love Iron Man. You need to put a man in a suit. You need to put a man in a robot.
Yeah.
And then he's got to fight Wolverine. That's what you need to do. Okay. And I think James Mangold begrudgingly went, fucking, all right, I'll do that.
If I have to. Yeah. I do like the part of the movie where it slows down a little bit. I like kind of they take a minute to, well, like you say, her and Wolverine and Mariko get to know each other a little bit more, and they speak about kind of elements of Japanese culture. And obviously this movie is very much intertwined into that. I like the whole. I really like the idea that Wolverine was referred to as a Ronin because he's a samurai without a master, and that essentially kind of leads to his. Because like when we pick up the movie, he's not an X-Man anymore. He's not really got a purpose. He's just living, and he just goes on living. And like, I don't know if Yuriko didn't intervene, then you'd get the sense that he'd do that for however many tens of years until something happened.
I really like all the samurai stuff, just because I find samurai stuff just very cool.
Yeah.
Just because like it's really interesting lore and culture, and like because obviously a lot of Star Wars and the Jedi specifically are based on like samurai and old samurai movies and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it just all that kind of like history and lore and the way they acted and that kind of stuff. It's all just very fascinating to me. And I like the way it is brought up here. I like the fact that he is described as a Ronin and he does kind of fit that archetype sort of stuff. Yeah, I like it.
I think it's specifically interesting because the Ronin stuff is good, but taking a bloke that when we start the movie, he is peers with bears, right? Like he's literally, they couldn't be more obvious about their comparisons to him being an animal, and like a kind of a rough animal as well. Someone that hasn't really got a handle on any impulses that they've got. And I like that when you pair that, you take his animalistic impulses and you put him in the role of a Ronin where he has to channel his aggression with a bit of discipline for a change. Like that's, I don't know, for me that seems quite interesting. And I love that he keeps having to fight ninjas. I just think that's a cool situation to be in.
The ninjas are when the ninjas show up, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this is cool, man.
I love ninjas.
How much fucking cooler do you get than ninjas, okay? Just them like fucking sneaking through the house, doing flips and taking everyone out, but it's like all silent and shit. I'm like, fuck, this is cool, man. This is cool.
I love that there's never a panic to them. I love that, like, because there are people in that sequence that see the ninjas and they just get immediately shushed and taken into a dark shadow somewhere.
Yeah.
And you go, I guess that guy's dead. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, ninjas, they are just cool.
Did you like the mission to Mars Love Room?
Oh, yeah, it's interesting.
I feel like that's a hotel I just go to, you know? I just want to stay in the mission to Mars room, please. I want to go to Japan. It's a cool place. But like, I don't want to be weird about it. You know?
How define how you would be weird about it?
But you know, there's like white guys who like are weird about it.
Are you going to like get a kimono and stuff?
Like, no. But like, no, I'm not talking like Schmidt. I'm talking like fucking like weebs, like fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like anime dickheads. All right, that's probably a bit harsh, but like weebs who, you know, they like Japan a little too much, you know?
Yeah.
I just think it's an interesting place.
I think that comes down to your conduct. Just don't be a weird guy.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to be weird there. I'm just going to explore the culture.
You get off the plane and you're like, whoa, it's time to be weird.
Is that what I'm like?
Yeah, that's what you do.
I'm like, oh, time to be weird because I'm in Japan.
I don't know. I've never seen you in Japan, so I guess, I don't know. We're yet to see.
Well, I'll let you know, Lawrence. Neither have I, because I've never been to Japan.
So you don't know that I'm wrong?
That I want to go. Well, I do, given that I know myself. Okay.
I'll tell you something I like. We speak a lot, especially with these movies, about the politics and
that's four.
Did we miss 3?
No, you chose it.
Oh yes, sorry, it just wasn't announced as number 3, so I lost count. But I'm glad that we're on the same page.
Great.
I think you might have timed these pretty well, to be fair.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop being nasty. No, we obviously speak about politics quite a lot because of the X-Men of it all, and I like that we've seen a certain amount of like fear surrounding them and how that can affect policies. We've seen their right to privacy stripped by like kind of forcing them to declare themselves, and then a cure developed, which then obviously gets weaponized, and we've seen all of that stuff, right? And that's been a good couple of movies now that we've seen that angle. I like that it doesn't leave politics behind, but it does put a different spin on it, where the grandfather, I forget his name, was is it Yashida?
Yashida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost fetishizes their abilities, mutants' abilities. He surrounds himself with them because he's absolutely fascinated. And I think it's really interesting to watch a man basically bankrupt his company and alienate himself from his children to the point where the children that he neglected grow up despising mutants because he loved them more than his own kids.
It's literally cultural appropriation.
Yeah, right. Like it's
That's
so
literally
interesting.
what it is. It's literally cultural appropriation. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like, obviously, like, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but like, I get that this will sound ridiculous, and I'm not in any way saying it's the same thing. But it's like is it Get Out? Jordan Peele?
Yeah,
it's like that basically. Yeah,
yeah. I just think it's because we've seen the others now. We've seen, like, I think the X-Men movie is one of their big highlights, and one of their main things that we have spoken about the last couple of weeks has been how they weave in politics into the story. But this is just a refreshing way to do it, that, like, it doesn't always come in the overt Republican coded kind of horrible way. Sometimes an adherence to want to be like something so aggressively can be so negative and have such horrible connotations to it once you think about it a little bit. But yeah, I love all of that stuff, and how his kids, like, as soon as they see, well, the son primarily, when he sees Wolverine, he's like, "You've paid your respects, fuck off now," and then he tries to kill him.
but the son, Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yes,
Great
yes,
actor who's in quite a lot of stuff. He's a Japanese actor who shows up. He does kind of get typecast a bit as like Yakuza boss in most American movies he's in. But he is like a really good actor. I think he's in an Avengers movie, isn't he?
Is he one of the people that Hawkeye is beefing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's one of the people that Hawkeye kills.
Yeah.
Or is he Ronin? Is he?
Oh, he's a Hawkeye, isn't he? But when you're rocking a Mohican, you're still Hawkeye.
The Hawkeye. He's also in Bullet Train as well.
Yes, he's in Bullet Train. Yeah,
he's very cool in Bullet Train. Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him quite a lot.
I do too. I think he brings a certain weight to this one that is interesting, because it's very hypocritical of a character, very much like you're a dishonorable man. And I gave everything to my father, and family is everything, so he should have given me this business. But no, he gave it to my stupid daughter, so now I'm going to kill her, which is an honourable thing to do, I guess. I don't know. I think they're all very... it's a family drama, really, isn't it? Wolverine stumbled into a family drama.
Essentially, yeah. Not too far off the mark.
Yeah. So, I quite like all of that. Where are you at with the mountain side kind of winter retreat fight sequence where Wolverine gets harpooned like a whale?
It's very cool. I like it when Yuriko gets in the snowplow and then just although I don't think this is, if you watch the theatrical version, you won't have seen this.
No.
But she just starts shredding them up and just you can literally see their blood just being sprayed across houses as she drives by, which is very cool. And then I like the way Logan blows that up with a cigar.
Yeah, it's
cool. He
cool.
just takes a moment to smoke a cigar and then blows it up, which is very cool. I like that a lot.
There's a really great moment where there's so many names. When not Silver Samurai, the archer, he like has all his boys around him, and he's like, "You got another sacrifice to make, old man. You know, thank you for protecting Mariko, but like, you know, unfortunately, you're gonna die now." And then they have a little fight, and then he's like, he's giving me an honorable fight. Like, I respect this man, but I'm still gonna kill him. And then he delivers a fatal blow onto Wolverine, who's recently got his powers back. And just when the wound starts to close up, he just runs away. I really like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's been the coolest backflipping archer ninja the entire movie. And then he goes, oh, fuck.
What did you think of him? We didn't really talk about this. What did you think of him doing open heart surgery on himself?
Because
that's a great scene.
Yeah.
It's like so tense, but also while that's going on, as if it wasn't enough, having Wolverine cut his chest open and fucking grab his own heart. He also have Yuriko fighting Shinjin at the same time, which is a great fight in itself.
I love a fight scene that is in a tight space and things are getting knocked over 24/7. Because it feels rough and tumble, doesn't it?
It's great, yeah. And like Logan's X-ray machine gets fucked up. He's like using that to see where his heart is, so he knows what he's grabbing at. And like that gets kicked out the way and shit. And he's like, "Fuck, I'm going in blind.
I think there's an underrated aspect to this movie, but throughout that fight sequence, it does. Sometimes it doesn't even cut back to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine doing the open heart surgery on himself. Right.
Yeah.
But it's a very underrated bit that sometimes you're focused in on the fight, and in the background you can hear him going, "No, no, no, no," just shouting like to himself.
Yeah, it's great. It's cool. I like it a lot.
It is good. Yeah, like you say, the second he kind of, it's just a kick in the teeth, isn't it? The fact that Shinjin comes in and he doesn't even need it. He just leans on the X-ray machine and just pushes it out of the way as he's walking past. It's like, you fucking dick.
You dickhead. Yeah. And then just watching Logan, do the surgery, it's like I said, it makes your skin crawl. It really like fucking gets under you. But then, seeing those wounds slowly start to heal again, and then when he gets up, it's like, fuck yeah, this is cool. And then his fight with Shinjin is very cool as well.
Oh, it's amazing that he gives him an out. He gives him a coward's out, and he's like, you tried to kill your daughter, man. Live with that. And then he's like, I can't. It's pretty diabolical of me, I guess. So here we're gonna fight again. The sword goes straight through him, all the way through his body.
Yeah, all the way through. Yeah. And then I've always found that shot of him pulling it out, like the way it's like the shadow of him pulling it out, the silhouette, if you will. I don't know what it is about it, but there's like, I don't think it's a fully CGI shot, but I can tell there's something CGI going on there, It's like, I feel like the weight of it is off just slightly,
I get that in when the Silver Samurai is brandishing a sword as well. Like it feels like they haven't quite figured out how much things should weigh around other people.
I like it though.
Yeah, look, none of it took me out of the movie at all. I think it's all quite well handled.
But like that scene though where he's fighting Shinjin, that's where I'm like, oh, you are the size of a house, Hugh Jackman. He is very big. See,
he's unethically large, is what he is.
Unethically large. Yeah.
It should. Every man after has never matched up. They can't do it. It's not fair that a man is like how old he was, probably in his 40s, filming this, and just is able to look like that. I mean, yes, there's a lot of steroid help.
Yeah,
no, I do. What do you make of the kind of the ending of it all, with the reveal, the grand twist, if you will?
Yeah, it's not my favorite part, really. I think the whole Silver Samurai thing is a bit dumb. Madam Hydra is so stupid. It's so just out of place, really.
Yeah.
It's all just a bit dumb, but whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it fits with anything.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, no, I don't know. The twist, for me, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's an element of the movie that doesn't work. It's not an idea that I'm in love with, but
is it a twist at the end of the day? I mean, kind of, I guess. But
it's a what's that word?
We all
a
saw this coming, though. Yeah, I guess, but we all saw it coming, though, didn't we?
Well, yeah, because he spends the entire movie like, I'm an important character, and then he dies, and then we're like, this guy doesn't feel good, and then like everyone throughout the rest of the movie is like, I'm obeying grandfather's wishes, and it's like, he's dead though. What wishes you got? Like, I don't know. For me, it's not that I don't like it. It's just a little bit like, it's not a crazy cool idea, is it? And it feels like, I remember Mason saying this in Caravan. It feels like if people had just asked things a bit nicer, then I don't think Wolverine would have had a problem being like, here's a bit of bone, do some tests or whatever. You seem like a pretty chill guy.
Yeah.
If everyone wasn't trying to kill their own family, I think he'd be more accepting of all of this.
I think really the only thing I like about it is I like where it ends up for Mariko. I like that it's Mariko who's the one to finish him off, and I really like that she just throws. First of all, Wolverine gets his claws cut off. That's pretty fucking brutal.
Pretty crazy.
That's intense. But I like that she grabs one of his discarded claws, just throws it into his fucking brain, first of all. But then obviously, because he's still got a bit of Wolverine's healing factor in him, it's not killed him off yet. But then when he says something to like, "Oh, I'm your grandfather," whatever, she just goes, "I buried my grandfather," and then just finishes him off. That's very cool. I like that quite a lot. Yeah.
It's a good moment. I like how her arc plays out as rejecting it, and then by the end of it, she's lending out private planes. She's like, "I'm the most powerful woman in Japan." It's whatever.
It's cool.
It is cool. I do think she's quite cool.
You hate her, Lawrence, because she's a child.
No, that's not what I said.
That is what you said.
Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I'm not like. I mean, as Wolverine solo movies go, it's obviously a step up.
This is a good movie.
Yeah.
All right? I'm not having you bring me down, okay? This is good.
It is a good movie. I think
this is a good movie.
I've shot myself in the foot by seeing it so much, so often.
I'm not having none of your butts or your criticisms. This is a good one, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right? We're at a 50% hit rate for X-Men movies so far, okay?
Is that right? Is that the maths?
That is the maths, yeah. This is our 6th one. We've had X2.
Yeah.
We've had First Class, and we've had this.
Oh, yes.
Those are the only good ones. All right?
Okay.
There are no other good ones so far.
Again, feel like the first one should deserve a look.
No, those are the only good ones. Okay. We're at a 50% hit rate so far.
All right, fine.
So there we go.
Yeah.
X-Drip.
X-Drip, I like the hair. My favourite hair.
All right, well, that's not drip, that's hair.
No, but it's the look, it's the vibe.
We haven't, no, we'll get into X hair after.
But it's X hair, its own segment.
Yes, we'll get into X hair. Okay. X-Drip, of course, it brings back Wolverine's iconic outfit of a pair of jeans and a tank top, so that's good.
A classic look for him.
See.
It does put him in a kimono.
Look. I like the kimono. I tell you what I do like. I like the black funeral suit, the all-black funeral suit. Black shirt, black tie. It's a good, strong look.
Yeah, that is a good.
I like it. I also like the trench coat they put him in at one point. That's a good look for him.
When's his trench coat? What looks out?
It's like when he's like wounded and walking through the city when they go to the Love Hotel.
Oh yes, the trench coat. Yeah, and he falls asleep in a puddle. Yeah.
Yeah, and he falls asleep in a puddle. Yeah.
And Jean's like.
Wait, I mean, he falls off a building.
Well, yeah.
To be fair.
But then he ends up sleeping in a puddle, Nathan. I'm not wrong.
I mean, but he does fall off a building. I feel like that is crucial information.
Look at this idiot sleeping in a puddle. He's chosen to nap in this puddle.
You ever notice how often, how many times these movies have Wolverine in bed with a woman and have him pull his claws out on that same woman? Yeah,
he's what does fucking Yuriko say? A man who has nightmares every night is a man that's in pain or something. He's going to end up hurting a lot more people. Stop sleeping in the same place as other people. Or at least roll over or something.
That's why he went to go live with a bear.
Oh, yeah, true. Maybe that was why the bear is a little bit standoffish with him.
Yeah.
Because at one point they were having a sleep together and Wolverine pulled his claws out.
Imagine sleeping with a bear. And I don't mean like that, but like cuddling to sleep with a bear. That'd be amazing.
That'd be very cozy, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That'd be the best sleep you'd ever have. Until he eats you, obviously.
Yeah.
But like that would be up until that point.
But wouldn't that be the best sleep of all? If you fell asleep cozy and then you were killed by a bear.
Well, I'd imagine that part would be pretty painful.
No, you wouldn't wake up.
They're called grizzly bears. They're called No, you'd wake up, mate. You would wake up, okay? They're called grizzly bears for a reason, okay?
No,
trust me, you're not sleeping through that.
No, but if we're chilling, if we're boys, and I say I'm going to have a cuddle, and then when I'm sleeping, break my neck, and then you can do whatever. I'm dead at that point.
No, it won't break your neck. It will be very, very painful, okay? You're not sleeping through that, okay?
I reckon I could take one anyway. None of this rhyme stuff you were giving me earlier. I reckon I could just have it out.
You could not take a bear.
The only bear I couldn't take is the cocaine bear. The rest I could take.
Okay.
Easy money, I say.
Sure.
Put me in the ring with a bear. All right. What about X hair then? As this is a new thing.
Good hair, not the best.
You think his Origins hair is the best hair, right?
Yeah.
See, I just like this look. I think he's prim and proper. He looks sharp. I tell you why I like it, and it's even the movie proves this. It always feels like he's fresh out the barbers and he's looking good.
No, I like his longer hair.
Maybe that's where we differ. I think I like the waves to it.
Shave down his beard a little bit, trim down his beard a bit, and I think that's a good look right there.
I've never been a big fan of long hair, small beard. I think
Right, I'll just kill myself.
No, but you don't have a small beard. You're not a stubbly beard. Like you've got.
Well, no, I'm not saying a stubble, but his beard is quite long though and unkept. I'm saying trim it down to a more manageable level. Still a beard.
Oh, like a Logan beard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that could be a look. I don't mind that. Yeah. I just like this one, man. I think he looks freshly kept. I know how I feel after I've had a good shave and my neck isn't hairy, like where my beard grows down, but I don't keep a beard that length. Like, it feels nice.
You ever had a shave at the barber's?
I've had someone shave me, not at the barber's.
Tell you what, treat yourself.
Really?
Okay? I've only ever done it once, but oh my god, it's such a pampering experience.
I don't know if I'd find it satisfying though, because I still have a beard. I when I shave, I still keep a beard.
Well, you got to get rid of your beard. Okay? you got to get rid of your beard to truly appreciate it. Okay?
You've seen me with clean shaven. I look weird.
All right, but then wait a week and it'll be back. All right, fucking hell.
It's an important week. I may have to do podcasts where you'll make fun of me for seeing my double chin.
So what? Do you have any little things?
I think we may have already spoken about. I've got one little thing. I had two. The first one was going to be him being washed by elderly ladies. Is funny. My other little thing, my only other little thing, is that there's a fun moment that when he wakes up to a vet who's been patching him up, Mariko says, like, you may have scratched him once or twice, and when you look at the vet, he's got like 3 deep wound bandages on.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
Good on him. That's an honourable man.
Logan goes to shake his hand and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's okay."
He just doesn't say anything else. Like Wolverine's like, "Thanks," and he's like, "Okay."
And then Wolverine thanks Mariko.
Yeah, cheers for I don't know helping. I guess.
Number 5.
Oh, you've timed this very well. All right, post credits was your little thing.
Also, deleted scene. Wolverine costume, whatever.
Yeah.
An
unfulfilled promise.
But it's deleted scene, so
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to call it an unfulfilled promise if it's not in the actual movie.
You should have stayed true to the vision that you didn't include in your vision.
What's everyone's beef with this post-credit scene?
Is there beef with it?
Yeah, people are like, it doesn't fit. Like, I'll be honest, I don't think there's anything that doesn't connect between this and the next one.
The only thing I would say is the world goes to shit very quickly, but it probably would.
Does it?
What is 2025? Is it set? Days of Future Past?
Is it?
What? What's this? Stop trying to prove. I don't know what you're saying.
I don't. Is it?
Well, when is?
Is that said? Is that said?
Maybe not, but I cannot remember. I don't know what year this is set in.
Modern day.
What, so 2013?
Yeah.
Well, so then I guess, because it's like over 10 years then, if Days of Future Past is 2025.
And it also has robots destroying everything.
Yeah.
Okay? I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. I like the moment you hear Magneto going through the TSA checkpoint, and you hear his voice, and Wolverine kind of catches it, and then just spins around with his claws out, and he stops him. He's got his powers back from his game of chess.
You knew that?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, as in, like he's grown and they're back to full Magneto powers. It's not just I can wobble a bit of chess now.
I don't think that's what the ending was saying. I think it was just an inclination as that his powers are back.
Oh, I don't
think he was saying his powers are back and this is the extent of his powers. I don't think that's what the movie was saying.
No, but he obviously, it might have taken him a while to re-get them back to where they were.
Sure, I don't care. I'm so gassy. Maybe that's because I've drunk 5 fucking beers.
It might be. That might have something to do with it.
No, I like it. I like that he's going through airport security and he's just automatically like, I'm not going through the fucking detector because, like, of course, that's just his life. That will go off every time. You know? I like that. That makes sense.
It happens to him early in the movie, doesn't it? And he goes, hip replacement. Yeah. It's very fun.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. No, I like it. He's got his bone claws as well. It all makes sense. It was very clearly, I think this scene was very clearly shot during Days of Future Past, because Wolverine, he does look noticeably different to how he looked in the. I mean, it's set 2 years later. It does say 2 years later, but like it's obviously just not filmed at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
That makes sense. To wait. Why you got to pay Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen another day? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I think it's a good reaction to seeing Charles again. You're not the only one with gifts, Logan. I like him. It
is cool. I like that he's just and also the incredible tease for the audience of these two working together again.
Yeah. Like this time it's going to take us both.
Nathan, it's time for recommendations. It's where we recommend some. Yeah, I know. It's where we recommend stuff to each other and to our lovely loyal listeners.
I wasn't aware of this.
Could we what?
I wasn't aware of this.
Well, you should be, because it happens frequently. All right. But yeah, we get together, we talk about something that we've watched, read, listened to, anything we've experienced in the past week, and we love to share them with each other and our lovely, lovely, lovely listeners. Nathan, would you like to go first?
No.
Okay. I will be recommending a fun little podcast I checked out this week called The Last Video Store with Alexi Toliopoulos. God, he really doesn't listen.
Are you talking to me?
I caught you red-handed.
Why? What?
I don't know.
What did you say?
I don't know, Nathan. Shall I repeat it?
Sure.
My recommendation is The Last Video Store with Alexi Toliopoulos.
Oh, I know that podcast.
Oh, it was going to be a good joke if you were fucking not on Twitter, you prick.
I recommended that last week.
Yeah, I know. Look, it's not actually my recommendation because that would be cheating, but I did check it out. I listened to the Zach episode. I thought that'd be a good one to get me into it. It's good. It's really good. I tell you what, it's very strange to hear Zach not completely taking the piss.
Yeah.
No, I was very vindicated. I know you weren't a fan of May December, and Zach was, and I was too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah.
It's not that I wasn't a fan. I thought it was a perfectly fine movie. But
I thought I remember seeing a 2-star rating.
Yeah, that is perfectly fine. It's like, it's nothing special, you know?
See, I disagree. I think it's a very special piece.
No, I think it's pretty dumb.
Okay.
Or just pretty boring, really.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. I liked him. I really liked him talking about like Australian culture and how like things from Australian culture that hit the mainstream are often more challenging and boundary pushing, and that's why he is quite proud of his like local cinema scene and everything else. Yeah, I thought that was really sick.
Did
you
only listen to the Zach episode, or did you listen to any of it?
No, I checked it out today, so I only listened to that one today. But I'm definitely going to listen to more. I like the host; he's very fun.
He is very
and
fun.
I like the commitment to the videos. I didn't realize just how ingrained into the format the Last Video Store format would be.
It's very good. Also, Alexi Toliopoulos is the guy who, in one of the Auntie Donna podcasts, he came on where he was pretending to be Martin Scorsese, and then he said the infamous line, "I am DB."
Is that him?
That's
him. I remember that.
I am DB.
That's brilliant.
Which was a great bit.
Oh god! I knew that happened. I didn't know that was this guy. That's very fun.
That's
I will be recommending this week because that was just me recommending to Nathan's recommendation, right? Or reacting to it. I guess that's just something we do now. I guess. I am gonna. I'll tell you what. I've got two choices. So choose A or B.
B.
Okay. It's another podcast.
Cool.
It's a movie podcast called All the Right Movies. They have a popular Twitter account, which is where I found out about the podcast.
What if I want to hear about the wrong movies?
Well, these are not the boys for you.
Well then,
no, I like it. It's hosted by an ever-changing roster of 3 blokes from Newcastle. It's very funny.
Newcastle? On the tune, are they?
Up on the tune, indeed. But I did hear. I'm learning fun new phrases. I'm hearing a lot of YIs, which I knew about already. But the other one I like is when they tend to enjoy a movie, they call it a cider lolly on a hot day, which I guess is just something that's said in Newcastle.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but it sounds nice, doesn't it? A cider lolly on a hot day. But I don't know why it's that specific. But yeah, no, it's good. They do a lot of classic movies. A lot of the ones that we've looked at, because I found it funny the other day. You said we check out any stuff, but it tends to be new stuff or stuff that came out in the 80s, really. And there's not really a distinction between them. But they did Raiders. They did an episode on Jaws, and they also did an episode on The Social Network, which is it's good listening, good fun.
Do they do lots of wanky shit that I won't like?
They definitely speak more.
Type of shit you like.
Which is what, Nathan?
You know that wanky shit you like.
Talking about the director and things like that. Yeah, they do some of that.
You know that wanky shit you like.
For fuck's sake.
I saw you rewatch the Batman.
Yeah.
Gave it 5 stars. Could have been me.
Nah, it's you can't give it less than 5 stars.
I can and I did.
No, you can't. You can do it, but it won't be a valid opinion at that point.
Boring.
Oh, it's great. It's a great movie.
Boring.
You're just jealous. You're annoyed that.
What if Batman was gritty and realistic?
Yeah, I'm not.
Groundbreaking.
You've got more jaded in the last 2 years because you used to be all like, "I can't hate the movie for what it is."
The 180 I have done on that movie is so funny. If you listen back to our review of it, it's wild. I was very positive about that movie.
You were, and then you got miserable about it.
Yeah.
You're a nasty boy. What are you recommending this week, you bitch?
I am recommending... Boom, boom, boom. I want to know what your A was.
Oh, Gilmore Girls.
Oh, no one cares. I am recommending Star Wars Outlaws.
I'm tight with Crimson Dawn these days.
Ah, so now you're going into the fucking...
No, I just played the second
right
story mission, and they were like, you can change if you want. I was like, yeah, I might.
No, you was getting cozy with a pike.
It's one mission for them.
Couldn't be me. Okay. Could not be me. No, I'm playing Star Wars Outlaws. I'm having so much fun with it. It's such a fun game. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I tell you what I've really been getting into, and this has shocked me because the first few times I did it, I fucking hated it. Okay. And then I got good at it. And I'm like, oh, I like this now. Okay.
Yeah.
Playing Sabak. Okay. Fuck, man. I fucking love Sabak. Okay.
Yeah.
I fucking... Last night, I played the game for about 4 hours. Literally just played Sabak the entire time.
God.
Okay.
Did you get a lot of coins?
Credits, Lawrence, please.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
I am having so much fun. It's so good. You can, like, at certain points, you can, like, send nicks around the table to look at everyone's cards.
Oh, yeah.
And see what they have and stuff. I played Lando in a game of Sabak.
Oh, nice.
He beat me, the prick. Yeah, but it's a really fun game. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. You can tell that it really was made by people who, like, really love Star Wars, because there are so many, like, fucking deep cut, like, connections and references that will mean nothing to, like, 95% of people who play this game.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I like that.
You get to do the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing me.
Exactly. Yeah. There's one point, like, where ND5, have you met ND5 yet?
No.
ND5 is a great character. He's the droid. ND5 mentions that he ran into Kira at an auction and it didn't go so well. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I read about that in the comic.
Oh yeah. Cool. Okay. Is that the is that the scene from Solo?
No. It was in a comic, so no.
Oh, well, there's me looking foolish then.
When you stuff from Solo's reference though, it's very cool.
When you
like
played
it a lot.
Lando,
And I really like Kay as well. Kay is the main protagonist. I saw her being described on Twitter as like Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo if he was a lesbian and terrible at bluffing, which is a great summation of a character. And I enjoy it quite a lot. And also I love Nyx as well.
Nyx is fun. I like using Nyx to distract people, and I'm like, I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing.
I got an upgrade where I can send Nyx to, like, detonate someone's grenade just on them.
That's brilliant.
That's great. Yeah, it's great. It's good fun.
When you played Lando, was it Billy D or Donald G?
No, that's one of my criticisms. The voice actor for Lando is not that great.
No, but is it Billy D's?
It's not Billy D.
No, but is it his physicality? Is it that version of Lando?
What do you mean?
Because there's the Donald Glover version of Lando too. I don't know when this
The
is
game
set.
is set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
I don't know these things. I just load it
You've
up.
played the game. How do you not know? You've played the game.
People aren't
You
walking
also
around
know
being
that
like, it's a
Han
good
Solo-
time to be
you also-
alive in between the Return of the Jedi and this and whatever.
You also know that Han Solo is frozen in carbonite in the game.
Oh yeah, but I don't connect all these dots.
Does that not give you a big indication?
I'm just
in
going
that he
around
was
shooting
frozen.
people.
He was frozen in carbonite in Empire Strikes Back, and he was unfrozen in Return of the Jedi. What does that tell you?
I don't think about all these things, all right?
Okay. It's set between Empire and Jedi.
Okay, now I know. You see,
Okay.
that's all you had to say.
All right.
You just need to be nice.
For fuck's sake. Well, I refuse to be nice to you.
Okay. Well, on that note, thank you very, very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, you can give us a little 5-star review. That'd be cool. You can also follow us on Twitter. We're at Another Happy Pod, where you can suggest a topic for us to check out, and be sure to join us next week, because we are obviously going to be continuing X-Mania with this.
So, I wake up in my younger body, and then what?
Find me. Convince me of all of this. It's going to take the two of us.
And where do I find you?
A different path. A darker path.
We were on the Beautiful Irish Boys podcast. We had them on last week. We were on their podcast, Talking Pictures podcast, and we talked about House of the Dragon Season 2. We did House of the Dragon Season 1 on this podcast, and we never scheduled one for Season 2.
Yeah, so that's our episode.
Yeah,
So, there you
so
go.
if you wanted that,
So go
go
listen
on.
to that. Yeah, we now don't have to do an episode.
Yeah,
on
sling
season
your
two,
rook
so
over there and go and listen to
There
that.
you go. We'll just link to that one
Yeah.
instead.
Amongst other things as well, they have a lot of other good episodes. They talk a lot about new releases more so than we do, and occasionally they go back and like watch something. Like House of the Dragon was a bit of a departure, but they have good little bonus ones where they talk about their favorite directors. They're quite fun to listen to.
Bonus episodes are a lot of fun. I enjoy them a lot.
And they're nice and tight. You know, you've got 30 minutes to kill while you're doing some chores. Just stick one of them on. Good times. Yeah, fun stuff. Also, if you feel so inclined, we have a Ko-Fi link in the show notes if you want to help us out with the running of both of these shows. However, there is no pressure. Everyone is always welcome to enjoy the shows forever and for free. Because, Nathan, I don't know if you're aware of this, the best thing that people can do to help out the show is to just tell your mates, get your mates involved, show them this podcast, and then go, this is the best podcast in the entire world. You need to listen. He's on Twitter again.
Do I need to respond to any of it?
It might be nice if, I don't know, you just chatted a bit.
I think it goes on too long if I'm being
You
honest.
told me to add to it this week.
Yeah, but you can condense it down. I said I didn't tell your friends. I didn't say do a 5-minute monologue about that. All right.
Nathan, we have another podcast as well, don't we?
We do. It's called Still Got Legs. It's our Doctor Who Rewatch podcast where every week we get together and discuss an episode of Doctor Who. It's a lot of fun. This week we're doing a Christmas episode, and I watched it yesterday and cried.
Damn, he's crying. Anyway, thank you for listening. We will see you next Friday at 10 a.m. Stay cool. Oh, stay sexy. Nathan, what should they stay?
Stop asking me this, all right? And stop making me be mean to you.